Listen, I'm not trying to force nobody to follow God. I'm not trying to antagonize no atheists, but all I know is ever since I've been believing in God, things have been falling into place for me. Even though, you know what I'm saying, sometimes things fall apart, you know what I'm saying? And that's part of life. And sometimes it's from my own wrongdoings or whatever the case may be. Sometimes I do feel like I got dealt a bad hand. But at the end of the day, ever since I woke up, ever since I started really believing in God and, you know, God doesn't expect you to be perfect. God doesn't expect you to, get down on your hands and knees and pray every 5 seconds and stuff like that. But just having faith in God and reading the scriptures and having my own personal relationship with God. A lot of people think that you're supposed to do things based off of how people in the world say you're supposed, like how they say you're supposed to have a relationship with God, or you're supposed to do this, supposed to do that. Nah, that's a lot of times just manipulation for people trying to, have a power trip and control how you operate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own personal, different relationship with God because we're all different. We all have different paths. We all have different purposes. We all are different human beings. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're spiritual beings in human bodies, we're still humans. So we're going to be different. We're going to operate different. We're going to talk to God different. We're not supposed to talk to God and pray the same and you know what I'm saying? We all operate differently. You know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing about life, that everybody's different. Because if we were all the same, we're all operating the same, it would be boring, or we will all be depressed because we would not be being who we are or who we're aligned to be. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to believe in God or nothing like that, but I'm just telling you based off of my own experience. Things fall apart and then they fall into place when I keep faith in God. And it's a beautiful thing. It's crazy. I'll go more into detail on my YouTube channel. But throughout my journey from Philly to Vegas to Idaho, now in California, so much stuff has fell apart. Not only that, when I look back within my life, dealing with toxic people, dealing with people trying to, deliberately destroy me. And when I look back, I say, because during that time, I didn't have faith in God. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up like that. So, but when I look back, I'm like, the only way I'm still alive, growing up in Philadelphia, growing up in the narcissistic family system, dating a narcissist who was threatening me because of whatever. Just anyway, besides the details, the only way I survived through all of that stuff that I was going through in my hometown is by God. It had to be God. I was sitting in my room in Idaho, right? I was sitting there thinking, I was reading a book, but I was just sitting there thinking of like different experiences in my life. And I'm like, there's no way. It has to be God.